did want to talk about this. Report came out from Bleacher Report, not a report, an opinion piece came out on Bleacher Report a day or two ago about the most overrated players in the National Football League, and Lamar Jackson was number one on the list. Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ocho Cinco reacted to this last night on NightCap, so we're going to show you what they said, and then we're going to react on the other side.
Ocho, we talked about this. This is the only, this is the albatross. This is the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You see the names that are on this list that have won multiple MVPs. Lamar is the only one that hasn't been to a Super Bowl. That's not to say, Ocho, his career is not ending tomorrow.
No, absolutely not. Which
everybody jumped on me when I said his career will be looked at as a disappointment if he doesn't get to a Super Bowl, considering what he had accomplished. You base it on what these other guys. So you can't just look, well, he won 2 MVPs. You got to look at the company that he's in that's won 2 MVPs. Now you start looking at it. You're like, well, damn, he has to get to 1. Aaron Rodgers went to 1. He has to get to at least 1. And then we look at him totally different. He gets to 1 and he wins it. We look at him differently, Ocho. We just do.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, listen, I understand the company that he keeps, the fact that he's won 2 MVPs, the fact that he's won those MVPs, those that are in the chat that are listening, that are watching, you have to understand that he's in a different, he's in a class of his own, in a different class for that matter. So when it comes to judging him, he judged based off his what he's not compadres. What's the word I'm looking for?
His peers
in the company you keep. His peers. He judged based on his other peers that have won MVPs as well, and most of them, if not all, have been to a Super Bowl, whether they won a Super Bowl or not. So he judged off of that. But the whole overrated part is the part I don't like. That's the part I don't like, saying that he's overrated because he hadn't gotten there yet when he's still playing and only his 7th, maybe 8th year. I'm not sure which one it is. It's ridiculous.
I think 18 was
nothing about
Lamar's first year.
Yeah. Okay. But nothing about Lamar Jackson and what he brings to the table, what he brings to the NFL, what he brings to the Baltimore Ravens in general, and giving them a chance and having them in contention every goddamn year. Nothing about that is overrated. That's the part I don't like. Now that is more, to me, is more clickbait. There should be a different title when it comes to talk about the quarterbacks that have won MVPs and have been or won a Super Bowl. The title should be goddamn different. Overrated my goddamn ass. Now that's a bunch of bullshit.
Hey, you know what? Holding back, no punches. I agree with that part where it's a different conversation. That's why I hate even having this, oh, are you overrated? You're not. If you're as talented as Lamar Jackson is, or like Josh Allen, who also hasn't been to a Super Bowl, for me, the part of overrated, it's the wrong conversation. If you want to talk about the greatness that they end up being for what they accomplished, yeah, I mean, winning Super Bowls and getting there is a part of that situation. Now, it's a team sport at the end of the day. The years when Tom Brady is great. He's clutch. The Patriots also, their defense for the most of the time was a solid unit that allowed the opportunities, and Tom Brady, being as good as he is, rose to the occasion, and also he plays his best ball, it seems like, in the postseason. Lamar, at times, obviously, it's no secret, has had moments where he has not played his best games in the postseason. The same can be said around Peyton Manning. Like, if Peyton Manning ever got to a Super Bowl, you got to discredit how nasty he was during the regular season and how good the Colts were all those years. The funny thing is, the last Super Bowl that the Broncos won, Peyton Manning had his worst year, and it was at the end of his career. So, yeah, I'm with it on that. It's a different category. You want to get on him for not winning Super Bowls and not getting there and say that it was missed for a player that great. It's a missed opportunity that he didn't do it. Yes, that's fine. You're looking at like the greatness level of a player. Cool with that. But like overrated talent, no.
Yeah, I agree with Ocho. And actually, I agree a little bit with Shannon just in the part of when he goes, because I agree, it's not overrated. There's maybe disappointment in, okay, they haven't made it all the way. Okay. If you want to say disappointed, endings to season, yeah, We've had disappointing endings to season. You felt like last year you had a shot. You felt like in 23 you had a shot. So yeah, disappointment at times. Like that, that's kind of been the end of it. But I think even Lamar would admit, yeah, we're disappointed we haven't gotten to there. Overrated. Unanimous MVP. Like the guy, he should 3-time first team All-Pro. Like, yeah, it's the playoffs. And like, that's where they need to perform. But I'll tell you this, Lamar led that comeback against the Bills, and then that was a dot to Isaiah Likely that doesn't get talked about because the next play was dropped by Mark Andrews. Like
they lost.
Yeah, they lost. They lost the game, and at the end of the day, that's what people care about. They care about rings. If you want to say it's been disappointing that they haven't gotten to at least one Super Bowl or won one, yeah, I think that's disappointing. But overrated? I like how Ocho put it. That's clickbait.